Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Traycon.
My name is Z-Man.
So we were able to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And I just want to let you guys know that it was an awesome movie. But before I dive into that, I also wanted to talk to you guys about how I felt about the first one. So the first movie was interesting. I didn't really know what to expect going into it because I never heard about any like outer space superheroes. So it was like very new to me and very different. So anyways, when I went to the theater to actually watch it for the first time,
You never heard of like Luke Skywalker or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, but they're not like superheroes, you know?
And they're like the superheroes of the universe, man. They had the lightsabers, they had the Force, they had Yoda, bro.
Again, when I went into the movie theater, I didn't really know what to expect, and I was like, whoa. Whoa, coming out of it. So I was like, dude, this is a really good movie. And I remember telling myself this after the movie was over with. I was like, man, I can't wait to see the second one. Like, that's how, you know, good of a movie it was for me. So yeah, that's my experience on the first film. I thought it was really funny, action-packed, and the storyline was very good. When I say very good, I mean very good.
Yeah, my first time actually seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, I enjoy Marvel. Just don't read the comics. I'm lazy. It's okay, guys. But it was pretty cool, and it introduced each character in a very smooth way, and you get to really develop that relationship and connect with them overall, and that just comes up to me. I end up finding a couple of characters I just really could relate to, and just finding my favorite character overall, and just how they connect all the Marvel movies all in one with the Infinity Stones. Yeah, I'm a nerd, but you know, it was very unique, and for me as a moviegoer, this allowed me to get psyched because I know something big is going to happen in the future. So when I found that out, I just became an instant fan. The storyline was amazing. Like I said, going back and forth, they introduced the characters, not just the superheroes, but also the supervillains in a very unique way, and everybody just had their power play. And that's just my favorite thing that I like from the first one, and that which made me an instant fan to want to go see the second one.
And I would say this though, when I seen the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first movie, and I seen how Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians defeated the villain, I was like, wait, what? Because I remember telling myself, like, if I was ever a director and I had like a group of characters in one movie, I would have had them to defeat the villain the way he did. And he kind of distracted them by dancing and whatnot, so I thought that was really funny. And there's a very different take on how you, I guess, defeat a villain, you know, in any movie. Whether it's superhero based or whatever, you know. I thought it was very interesting on how they did that.
Like, this distracting?
Yes, exactly. I mean, like, he was like kicking and stuff. I'm like, okay, you kind of fancy with it. I like that. But it worked. So yeah, I think I like that part. I like that part a lot.
I actually liked the part. I had two favorite parts from there. Actually, I have three. The blue guy with the whistle and the little dart. Oh my goodness,
Yondu.
this dude. Yondu?
Yondu,
I like
yes.
him so much, I forgot his name. But Yondu, oh my goodness, this guy is so dope. Like,
he's amazing. Yeah.
He's not even like a true superhero. Like, you don't even know what he is, but you know he's someone to look out for, and he has this weapon, dude. Like, it is insane. It isn't like Superman laser eyes. This dude whistles. Yes. He whistles, and then he took out this entire army by whistling with his dart.
Yeah, this dart is like about this long, I would say.
Yeah, and it just had like this red residue, like it was like pixie dust or something. Like, it was like magical. But if I had to go into a war, like, what would you go to war with?
Like against?
Like, if you were like going into like war, would you go with a pencil or would you go with like a machine gun?
Of course, a machine gun, yeah, because I feel like that's more reliable.
I'm going in that war with that whistling thing.
I
know I could walk through, do that, and walking through a park. You know, I could go through tanks with that thing. But that was like my favorite part right there, when the army, and he just crashed down at the end of the movie, and that army came up on him, and he was just like just whistling them to death. Like, that was just, it was like poetically like beautiful, and yeah, that makes me seem dark. But my favorite part was, and I'm not a big fan of this character, but it is when Groot took that ultimate sacrifice at the end and saved everybody, and just solidifies just the love that these guys have for each other. And then to end it all off is with Infinity Stone, when they all joined hands, guys. That was like, it was like, oh, this is it. Are they gonna die? It was so suspenseful, but it got me going. And that's what made me really, really engaged. Like, how far would I go for my buddy?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like even though they argue a lot, they love each other at the end of the day. I feel like, because they do argue a lot in the first film, so it's interesting to see, like, people from different backgrounds and just a different lifestyle, just come together and work for, I guess, the same cause. I think it was beautiful, and just how they crafted that, element into the movie. I think it was amazing.
If you guys have seen the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, what was your favorite part? Who started you guys off, and what made you really like these characters? I'm very interested to know. And just comment below, talk to us, let us know what's good, and what were your expectations knowing that there was going to be a sequel. So, we want to hear this at the end of the day. For my expectations for the sequel, I knew it was about to go down. Now, that was my expectations. And then going into seeing this movie, I just had this feeling like someone's gonna die.
Yeah, and then going into the second film, I was really hoping, like when I say this, I mean it. I was really hoping that the second film would be better than the first, because they were making cracking jokes left and right, throughout the whole film. And again, normally when I feel, when I watch Marvel movies, I feel like, they crack jokes here and there, but it's not throughout the whole movie. It was just a very different take on it, and it kind of surprised me. Yeah, it really surprised me in that regard. It was very different, and I wasn't really prepared for that.
Well, I know the first one, Star-Lord, he had most of the jokes.
Yeah.
Him and Rocket, they had most of the jokes, and for me, I took it like, for the people that didn't really get their star and their fame from the first one, this is where I feel like the writers and the directors, they catered this second movie towards, the people who didn't have the most shine. Let's just say
I feel like everybody had their moment when it came to jokes. I mean, yeah, people you weren't even expecting to, crack jokes. We're cracking a few. Like
Batista, right?
Yeah, Dave Batista. He used to be in WWE wrestling. And now he plays the character Drax in the movie. But he was cracking jokes too, a lot. And I'm like, okay then, this is a very different take,
Not trying to be mean, but my favorite part is when he kept calling the girl ugly. It was like cool, right. It was like cool, warm comments left and right.
Because I think where he comes from, his background and his backstory, I guess he never really knew how to talk to people. So he was trying to confront the female character. I think her name is the Mantle or something like that.
The Mantis?
Mantis, there we go. I was close. But anyways, yeah, he was trying to talk to her, I guess, and be polite about it, but he really didn't necessarily know how. So when he would try, to approach her and compliment her, he was like, yeah, you're ugly, basically. To make a long story short. So I thought that humor in itself was amazing. It was just hilarious. I mean, I was in my seat cracking up, by the way. I was. So
guys, what were your guys' favorite, what is your guys' expectations for Volume 2? I want to hear about it. I know my cousin over here, he wants to hear about it. So just talk to us, let us know what your expectations if you guys haven't seen the movie.
And please leave it down in the comment section. That would really make us happy.
Yes, sir. So for my favorite character, you guys already know my top favorite character is Star-Lord. Oh yes, Star-Lord is
the captain.
Yes,
the leader.
Captain, Senor, Jefe, Star-Lord. He is my favorite. And to me, he's how would I say, the young version of Iron Man. He has the goatee brown hair, he has the good looks, and he has the attitude to back everything up. And not just the attitude, but he can put foot to butt. It isn't that he talks about it, but he is about it. He is the Star-Lord, guys. So that's my favorite character. How about you, Dracon?
I agree though with you about Star-Lord. I feel like he's very charismatic, This is something about his presence. It's wow, he kind of draws you in no matter what he says or does. So I agree, Star-Lord is something else. But if I had to choose my favorite character, I never really thought about that, to be honest. I feel like I like all of them equally, kind of. But I guess if I had to choose, well, after seeing this film, I might go with Drax because of, you know, again, just his sense of humor. It's dark, you know. It's something. I mean, you can't really go up to a stranger or someone you barely know and be like, yeah, you're ugly, you know, because they would really take offense to it. But like when he was doing it, it was kind of smooth, you know, but like kind of messed up at the same time. But I feel like Drax really did shine in this movie overall. So I'm sticking with Drax, guys. And plus, he's really big. I need to take tips about what he does when he at the gym, you know, pumping that iron. If they even have like kettlebells, dumbbells, and stuff like that, in, you know, outer space. So yeah,
So part looks like trees and rocks and all that.
Right? I mean, dude's buff. He's like on steroids. Like he has muscles on top of his muscles. He's like, jacked.
It looks like how they did his like makeup or whatever. It's like his muscles are ripping through his skin.
For real, you know, like,
it's like ridiculous.
Yeah, that guy's crazy in a good way, but he's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, so you know, once again, you know, tell us what your guys' favorite character is within the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you know, just to do a quick spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We have seen the movie, and you know, what my favorite part. You want to go first? You want me to go?
It doesn't matter. I can go for you if you want.
Go ahead.
All right, for sure.
Be my guest. Be my guest.
My favorite part of the movie was Handu. I think his name is Handu. The blue guy. The blue guy. He has like a red, I don't know, like kind of cartridge thing on his
crystal
head.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, he was whooping butt. He was really whooping butt. There's like a particular scene in the movie when him, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot are I guess captured in like a little jail cell or whatever. And when they finally make it out, I'm like, bro, he was killing. And when I say he was killing, I mean he was killing. I would say if I had to take a guess on how many people he killed within that whole scene, it would probably be around 60 to 70 people, but he was just whistling, you know? That dart was going left, right, it was spinning, making circles. I'm like, this guy is crazy. He's on like a whole nother level. And you see, again, I feel like everybody was very smooth in this movie because as he's doing it, he's whistling, walking around all smooth, thinking he's cool and stuff, and you know, and then Rocket Raccoon, he's, you know, doing his own thing, shooting people and stuff. I'm like, these guys are killing it right now. But yeah, he was just, yeah, left and right, just going at it. Oh yeah, whoever he's seen too, just boom, you're done. Boom, I see you in the corner. Boom, you're out there too. Like he wasn't playing, guys.
And and it's like all you're listening to is, I can't even do it. Hold on.
Right, just whistling. You know, I'm like, what? And every time he whistles, somebody's going down, you know? So yeah, just keep his mouth shut. Just do it. Maybe that'll work, you know?
Maybe. Give that or give him like peanut butter or salt. Something like that.
Right.
I think that'll work. I actually agree with you, man. Like, cause that's what made me actually really like the character from the beginning. But my favorite part of the entire movie, you know, you could call me cheesy or whatever the case is, but this is when Star-Lord was given an ultimatum of being something beyond his thought of who he was, or staying with who he considers family. And it's just, to me, this is where I feel like the creators of this, the writers, they actually brought the film to a real life situation. It's like, what would you do, you know, if you had the power to do anything or accept who you are, just be who you are, and just love those who are around you, and just be the best you can be. So I feel like that overall actually changed my perspective on certain things. And it really, like, it made me really like him a lot more, because it's like, you know, it's like a greedy mindset. You know, you can have it all, or you can just take what you need. And that's what I really respect out of that. And I thank you writers for putting that in there. But that was my favorite part in the movie. And that's how I feel like I can connect with, that's the reason why he's like my favorite character. That's the reason why I feel like I can connect with him.
Yeah, I like his father that plays as his dad in the movie. His name is Ego in the movie, and I just feel like how it's just the whole thing with him acting and just the plot, you know, behind it. I thought that was amazing, you know, because I like what Yondu said. Closer to the end of the movie, he was saying about how, like, you know, yeah, you have a father, but he was never your dad type of thing. So I thought, man, that really stuck out. Like he speaks some truth, you know, to Star-Lord when yeah, he was trying to capture and, you know, rescue Star-Lord out of the huge explosion. But I just feel like they really did like focus on just the whole family thing, and they try to, you know, let the viewers know, like, you know, like, yeah, you can have family, but if they're not really there for you, they're not really, you know, family. If that makes sense. So I feel like they did provide us, I guess, with like interesting and like real down to earth like issues that a lot of people have, and it was just real stuff, you know. So I think Marvel with this particular movie has done an amazing job in that regard. I feel like they just sold it right there.
Respect.
Yeah, respect, for real, respect.
So if you guys have seen this movie, you know, what is your guys' favorite part? You know, comment below, let us know. We would love to hear it. You know, there's tons of legendary moments in there. So please let us know what your favorite part is and why. You know, we want to know if it means anything to you or just simply if it was cool.
So I do want to say this though. I want to give you guys like my I guess rating for the movie. So I'm gonna rate it 1 out of 10. So if I had to choose, I would give it like an 8 probably, an 8. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad movie, but I do feel like the humor in the movie was excessive. You know, it was like ongoing. But that's just me personally, guys. But I don't know how you guys may feel about it. And again, leave your opinions in the comment section, please, so I know. But I would say, yeah, I'll give it an 8 though for the most part. Yeah. What about you?
Ooh, that's a toughie. That's like a hard cookie, man.
Yeah.
Like with no milk. But I'll say I'll give it an 8.5. 8.5 because it was interesting from start to finish. Had an amazing storyline. The graphics, it was amazing.
The special effects, yeah.
The special effects was awesome. And but the part that just killed it for me, that really killed it for me, was that, you know, they're gonna stretch this out for another movie, which is awesome. But you know, I like to hear the bang for the buck and then go into another storyline. But they're gonna stretch this out, so you know that's what gives them the 8.5 right there.
And for like you really big like hardcore like MCU watchers, yeah, so the Guardians of the Galaxy, they will be going or teaming up with the Avengers eventually. So in the third Avengers film, it's called Avengers Infinity War, they will be bringing all of them together. So that's an interesting twist on the matter.
I can't wait for that one.
I can't wait either.
So if you guys like what we talked about, you know, once again, comment, like, subscribe, share. You know, support us. We love you guys.
And yeah, that's basically it. So
Peace out.